Hello fellow trading and investing fanatics. Today we're going to talk about Paysafe and their earnings call. So today we had a pretty wild day. We gapped down huge and then we recovered in terms of the stock market. So let's talk about Paysafe real quick and then we'll go over the indices in a little bit. But we gapped down and opened at 1091 after earnings report. So let's go over the earnings. So they have a 5% increase in revenue, a slightly smaller net loss compared to last quarter. Not last quarter, the previous first quarter. 8% increase in payment volume, EBITDA is flat. So, okay, they go over like, okay, they have a SPAC and then Bill Foley is added as the board of directors, stuff like that. The other thing that they did was they paid off their debt. I'm a little bit disappointed with the revenue because their eCash solutions, although they increased by 63% due to COVID lockdowns in Europe, but I expected their digital wallet and integrated processing to be also slightly higher. But yeah, it is what it is. So I think maybe these two numbers might have affected what investors thought about the company, and therefore the huge gap down, because I wasn't expecting like a huge gap down like this. I was expecting something along the lines of maybe a $2 drop at most, but we made an almost $2.50 drop. Right, we opened right below the trend line, and right now if you look at it, we actually, if we don't close right now, it's about 10 minutes away from the close at the time of the video. So we don't close above it, and tomorrow, let's just say we open, somewhere around here, and we don't close above this trend line, and we get rejected and come down, I could potentially see us coming even lower, yeah? So for that reason, I opened a trade of, I opened the $11 strike covered call for Paysafe, and I want to make sure that I'm hedged a little bit. I'm not super bullish on the price action as of right now. I bought it a bit earlier. I should have waited a little bit later to actually open the covered call at 11. Maybe a good 10-20 minutes later to buy it, but it's alright. So I'm going to let the price action run, and I want to see if we can actually close above it and actually make a run up to about $13, $13.50. And if we do come back up in the next 2 weeks and actually break above the trend line, then that would be really bullish, right? But we do have the moving averages converging, so there's bound to be some resistance, and if we bust through it, this is super bullish, and I think I'm happy to take a small loss on my covered calls and actually roll it to a much higher covered call. So right now, it's not looking too good for Paysafe based on price action, but this is a good sign that at least it's trying to recover today. Usually these type of moves, like a gap down and a run up, it's quite common, especially if it's a giant gap. But that doesn't always mean the gap will fill right away. It could take a while, or sometimes it doesn't fill, but most of the time it does. So I think there's a good chance that we can come back at least to 13.23 to fill the gap before we see some sort of down movement, or at least that's what I'm looking for. So hopefully that was able to give you a good idea of what Paysafe could potentially do. I think a lot of people also worried because when I saw the gap down, I was like, wow, I didn't expect the company to gap that much. So today was a pretty interesting day. If you look at all the indices, the Nasdaq rallied all the way back almost to the 50-day moving average, and then the SPY is now below the 20-day, which is okay. I mean, it's still closing above the lows here to about in April 20th, so that's decent. And let's look at the Russells. Russells is also kind of closing flat. We'll see what it does. I think, like I said, if we cannot rally above the channel here, or it looks like a bear flag, yeah, but if it cannot rally above it and close up there, I think we might be in some more of a big correction. But we'll have to watch price action day by day and see what happens. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully this was able to give you some insights. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.